Hughesy and Kate catch up.
Yeah, well, Hughesy and Kate driving you home, but we've got no time to spare because we've got a man on the phone that we are desperate to talk with.
And our next guest, who also is musical as well as being an
Great actor. Yeah.
an international actor, will know that I'm off the beat with my clapping.
Well,
But he is on the beat, an extraordinary beat of his own drum.
no doubt.
The man is...
It's Russel Crowe. I mean, we've got to get to Russell. He's a bloody superstar.
Hello, Mr. Crowe.
G'day, kids. How we doing?
Really good, mate.
So thrilled with you. I never thought I could be more thrilled with you than this moment.
What moment?
No.
Oh,
No.
this one.
Hang on. Let's just talk to Russell. Yep, let's just talk
Hello,
to Russell.
Russell. That was going to be you being you-know-who.
Anyway, Kate's lost her mind, mate.
Lots of buttons in a radio station, isn't there?
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Now, Russell, we'll
Jack.
start off talking about the Art of Divorce auction, which Katie is very keen to bid on some of the items at Sotheby's Australia on April 7. It is so much of your most treasured possessions, and you're going to sell them. And in Danielle, she's with you all the way on this. That's
Well, it's
right.
a joint.
Yep.
It's a joint project. It seems to be in marking the end of your marriage, but the start of your new lives running concurrently with your children.
Yeah, all of that. But it's sort of it's something that I was putting together and constructing and designing, and Danny was sort of ignoring until just a little while ago, and she realised it was real and it was happening, and then she was cool to be involved because she sees it as a positive thing that I just mark in the sand, and it's actually taking place on our wedding anniversary as well.
Yeah, wow.
Yes. But
So you'll be together at the auction? Will you be?
I have to be a little careful talking to you, Kate. The last time we did an interview together,
yes.
you were talking about me and what I do to keep my voice in shape and everything. And as we were talking, my voice just disappeared.
Oh,
and I was
hello.
thinking, what is this? What is this power this woman has?
This juju.
She's a witch. No
Mr.
doubt.
Crow, you
No
wait
doubt.
until...
Anyway, speaking of life stuff, how are you from the situation that went down the other day?
Oh, yes, with the intruder. Yes, we were all
you're
right.
right.
Although, I'm
Mate,
not sleeping as well as I was, to be honest.
She was a gladiator, Russell. You would have been very proud of her.
You want to hear something a little bit freaky? I
Yes.
saw a picture, and I don't know if it's really your place or whatever, but they ran a picture concurrent with the story up here in Sydney, or maybe I was in the bush at that time. And that building that you appear to live in is the building I lived in while we were shooting Russel Stomper.
What?
Now,
I lived on the ground floor.
well,
Oh, it must have been the building I used to live in.
yeah, we need to get the.
Okay.
We'll ask about the street off air, I suppose. But
Yes.
I want to know about that. Absolutely, that would be very.
Oh, my God, romper stomper. I'm not even going to begin to tell you how much I loved you in that film. You've just reminded
That's
me.
really
Sorry,
good,
but
doing the character.
what are you selling from Romper Stomper? Anything from that?
The boots.
The
Doc
boots.
Martens boots.
Yeah, right. So,
They've actually still got grains of sand on them from the beach near the 12 Apostles where Hando met his demise.
really?
wow.
You've even collected the grains of sand.
Romper Stomper was a great
Well,
film.
I didn't. I just took the boots off at the end of that shooting day, and I've never put them on again since.
Well, that's extraordinary because just about everything else you've turned into a collection. I didn't realise you say yourself you're not quite sure if you're a collector or a hoarder or perilously close on the perimeter between those two territories.
Well, I've certainly laughed at myself over time because, I do have, quite an expansive collection in a lot of different areas. But I think the difference is the amount of care, If I have instruments, they're always got strings on them and they're always in tune. Paintings are always pristine and clean.
Yeah,
and everything.
right.
So I do actually think I'm a collector, but I have been borderline a couple of times.
But you've kept such good care of all this stuff. This is going to be a pretty weird day for you, then, isn't it? When it all just disappears completely out of your life.
Yeah, but Dave, you don't realise how much stuff I actually have.
How much will you still have left?
I've spent a year gathering stuff together for this auction, right?
Yeah.
And I look around, and all the walls have still got stuff on them. All the
Yeah,
shelves
right.
have still got stuff on them.
So-
It's like,
So you-
okay.
You
But
said
I
it's...
possibly could have gone a bit deeper.
Yeah, right. I hear that.
You
Yep.
know, Russell, how you said Danny thought gone on board recently when she realised you were serious. Was it because
Well, I was talking to her about it, and she thought I was actually just making a construct to amuse her.
Right, that you would do this
Didn't actually
jointly?
realise it. Yeah, I just said, look, I mean, there's so many things that she has that she doesn't use, she doesn't wear, and as much as she might like them or whatever, so I just suggested that she has a look around, and she came back with quite a few rings.
Every gift of jewellery you've ever given her.
No, that's off in the ocean.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, I do appreciate the thought of getting rid of stuff.
We all do.
So many people have too much stuff.
We're
including
not
me,
necessarily on the scale of what you've got, but everybody's got. That's why IKEA's in business, because it still sells storage solutions. And what is storage? It's just for stuff you don't need, huh?
I don't actually remember when I was a kid that knowing anybody who had a storage locker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Now we all seem to have
It's
storage
ridiculous.
lockers.
You're right.
And plus, there's also, I've gone through, not taste changed exactly, but I've moved into sort of other areas of collecting. So there's some things which, are not actually, what fascinates me right now. And I have profound collections. I have things that they've dug up from the battlefields of Gallipoli, and I also have strangely mundane collections. I have over 100 commemorative coronation cups dating all the way back to William IV.
I love that. I love a teacup, and I love something with a royal insignia on it. Do you drink from them?
Union Jack. Whether you, yes, I do. Whether you're, a sort of Republican or whether you're a monarchist or whatever, you can't deny the Union Jack is a great piece of graphic design.
Absolutely.
And historical. Now, speaking of our history...
Yes. Now, we were talking earlier in the show about you and the fact that your cousin is the late, great Martin Crowe, and obviously one of New Zealand's or one of the world's best cricketers ever. And I know you've got a love of cricket.
And an honourable man.
Yeah, well, yes. So, but how have you taken the last, the revelations from the Australian cricket team, Russell, over the last, 36 hours?
Well, look, it's very easy to pile on in these circumstances, and everybody gets to have their say. Just from the surface point of view, without, I'm not involved in it. I'm not in the middle of it. I don't know who did what or whatever. But from the surface point of view, this damages the great sport of cricket in an essential way in Australians' eyes. And I just think it's ridiculous is where it starts.
It's hurtful, isn't it? It's actually genuinely hurts. Like, I'm not even an avid sport person, and I couldn't believe how hurt I was.
Well, like Michael Clark said on the TV on the weekend, it's like, it's not as if we're a weak side and we're looking for solutions. We have the best bowling attack in the world. We have some of the greatest batsmen. It's just beneath contempt, quite frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a very rich man trying to skimp on their tax or something. You've already got a lot of money.
It's not necessary. How much is enough?
Yes.
Russel Crowe, obviously you know how much is enough. That's why you're divesting yourself of stuff. And, oh, my Lord, I'm so desperate to bid on something.
Well, Katie, you're going to have your paddle up there on April 7.
Oh, hello.
You were going to
paddle up. Am I?
Yes.
Is this a surprise?
Oh, well, I mean, I'll get you there, absolutely.
Oh,
But
hello.
I know you want to bid on stuff, so...
Anyway, Russel Crowe, you're just very interesting, and you know what, I love that you've shared this and that you and Danielle have got together on it, and it's quite inspirational for other divorced couples, particularly just this where you say, in many areas of your life that I'm passionate about, I've always been a builder. Turning my mind to do the opposite was like turning the Titanic. Unlike the boat, though, I think I've dodged the obvious icebergs of the process, and Danielle and I have kept our communication open, our focus on what is best for our children, and we've managed to avoid the darkness we have witnessed some divorcing couples slip into. It's very...
Lovely words.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love how poetic you are, and I love the idea of it. And I love Danielle. She's not here. Pass it on.
And you love Russell.
And I love Russell.
Well, these things, you're in a relationship, you have kids, and no matter how amicable any separation is, you've still got some deep things that you've got to unwind. And, we're coming up to the point, our actual, the court day where they tick off on our agreement, which was made, nearly 9 months ago or whatever, will get done on a couple of days after the divorce. And it's kind of like, this is a great connection and sort of symbiosis of these happening at the same time. The thing is, you have to understand, this is not done with sadness or whatever. It's done with joy. I've had so much fun putting this collection together, and the way people have been responding to it, and they get the catalogue and they start turning the page and they go, wow, I didn't realise you're into this or into that. It's actually been a funny thing. People are getting to know a lot more about the complexities, I suppose, of my eye.
Yes.
By looking through these things.
And your love of, there's so many beautiful Australian things. Anyway, we can talk about it all day. I'll see you at the auction.
Good on you, mate.
I think lot 22 is probably what you need, Dave.
All right, I'm going to go straight to it right now, mate.
And what do I need, Russell Crowe?
You might want to fight over lot 22 with Dave.
Really?
That's the groin protector from Cinderella Man.
The Art of Divorce auction is at Sotheby's Australia on April 7. Russell Crowe, thanks for your time.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Look after yourselves.